with YouTube on Tuesday. Hi, everybody. I am starting early. We are live, and I'm beyond excited. You have no idea. I did this a half an hour early. I don't know if anybody's here right now. We are early on the live stream. We'll start at 7 o'clock in a half an hour, but I wanted to make sure that we didn't have any slip ups. What I think happened is I think there was a glitch on YouTube, frankly, because we did this.
This is the cat.
Thank you. This is just why we're starting early. We did this early because I think that there was a glitch on YouTube, frankly, because I did all the same steps on Tuesday as I did tonight. So I'm thinking that it was a glitch on YouTube, which can happen. So, I am just so thrilled that we're here live tonight. We'll start officially at 7, but if any of you happen to be checking to see if we're doing this tonight, let me know by giving me the thumbs up. And also, as always, any questions or comments, say hi. I'm so happy if anybody is here. But if not, this will be a really, I'm hoping, informative and helpful uh, live stream that will give you tools in your toolbox to help you to reach any weight loss goals that you have. So I'm so happy you're here. If anybody knows me, knows that I can talk for half an hour without any problem.
You can go through the buttons. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If they click live chat, that's how they can ask you questions.
Right.
And type in.
They have to click live chat.
If they're doing it, I believe, from a mobile device, there's a little button right here. It says live chat.
Oh, and you have to click that to talk?
Click that, yep, and that's how you talk.
Oh, all right. So for any of you, and I'm sure I know people already who've told me they've had a hard time on a mobile device. So we just figured out that trick. The trick is that there is a button called a live chat. It is right under the screen that you'll see you'll see me in your video, and then under my screen there is a button that says live chat. If you tap that, that will tell you, that will bring up a place for you to type in your comment. So you'll just hit it and you can write in your question or comment. And so that's how you would do it on a phone, on your mobile device. That sounds awesome. I hope I've just opened up a world for some of you. If you're here, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Is there anybody here?
Just us.
Just us. So that's terrific because it's totally early. I just wanted to make sure I was going live. Just so you know, my son gets a kick out of the fact that I am totally tech challenged, although this is better than I've ever been. He just sometimes can't believe that I'm having such a hard time. So I really believe, honestly, that there was a glitch with YouTube on Tuesday. I did all the exacts. There was nothing I did different on Tuesday that I'm doing tonight. And yet for some reason, and I'm thrilled to be having this kind of success, I see I am live and it is working. So I'm beyond out of my mind. That amount of talking for me was only 3 minutes, which is so wild. So I'm not really going to talk this whole time because we're just going to, when this broadcast goes up, we're going to start it. You'll be able to, for those of you who are watching afterwards, we'll start.
That, and then you
Why?
Can, I don't know.
No.
Focus more, like square yourself off more.
No, because oh, for me to square myself off like this? Is this better?
I think so.
Great.
Yeah, I do like that better.
Okay. Everybody, I am so happy you're here. I also want to thank that I met with someone today. I'm not going to mention names, but I did meet with someone at work today who's amazing at tech and who is who does this, is just amazing at tech. I'll leave it at that. And did so kindly and generously say to me, should you have any problems, even during your live broadcast, shoot me an email, take a picture of the screen, shoot me an email with it. And if I can figure it out, I will. And do you know how nice that is? What kind of a good heart that is? It's incredible. I also want to thank all the people at MathWorks, particularly those at the I forget what the name of your bar is, that station where you get equipment. Because I went up to them and said to them, YouTube needs me to get to 1,000 quickly. Each one of them, there were three of them, each one of them, and there was a fourth at a different time, took out their phones and immediately subscribed. What more can I say? So every time I feel like I need to give up because this is going a little slowly and it's getting harder, people like that, they just lift me up. And people like you who join me on a live stream lift me up. Somebody told me they stayed Tuesday from 7 to 8 o'clock at night. I mean, that's incredible. Unfortunately, they won't be able to join me tonight, but wanted me to know that. And I can't even tell you how much that means to me, that kind of support is just, it's priceless. It's just unbelievable. So for times when I feel like I'm getting closer to the edge of saying this just isn't working, people like you lift me up and say, keep going. So I am so appreciative. You have no idea. Because I really, truly hope that we're doing something that's helpful for people. And by putting out accurate information and giving you the tools that you need to get you where you want to go. So whether it's weight gain, weight loss, today we're going to focus on weight loss. If some people out there have said to me they need to gain weight, if that's you and you want to live stream on how to gain weight, we can do that as well. Just let me know by writing it in the column. People have told me they'd like me to do a section on kid-friendly foods. I'm happy to do that. So let me know any ideas that you have for a live stream. I'd be happy to do them. Somebody also told me that they wanted me to remind all of you that the important role that food choices play in your overall health. And while you may think you can get to a certain place, for example, a quick weight loss, what food will do for you is much more than that. What healthy food choices will let you reach past what you think you can go. You can reach higher than you think by making sure that you reduce your risk for all chronic disease, and by you make sure that you do everything you can to ensure cognition. Because at the end of the day, as much fun as it would be to meet new people every minute, you want to know who you are. This is wildly important, that what we are what we eat. So this will impact whether you age prematurely, whether you develop chronic diseases such as heart disease. Most of the the top diseases in this country that people die from, such as heart disease, diabetes, stroke, um, hypertension, that these are in part preventable just through lifestyle. So let me show you how to live a longer life, a healthier life, because the longer we live, the more likely we are for something to happen. And the idea is it's all about resiliency. It's about handling these things so when they come knocking, if they should come knocking, that you can best handle them. And you always want to think about your goals. I always think about how as I'm getting older, how is it that I want to age? And what do I want my next chapter to look like? So when I see two people walking down the street, one on one side with a walker drooling, confused, no clue where they are, and the other one walking down the street, well, that's what I want for me. And in order to get there, these are the strategies that you need to include to get you to your goals. This tonight is just a quick jump start, so that then you can have more sustainable goals, habits as you go forward.
Would you say that it affects your mood, your energy?
Absolutely. And if I ask all of you, how do you feel when you're eating better, when you know you're taking care of yourself, when you're at the top of your priority list and you're exercising regularly? Don't you feel better? Is your energy better? Your mood better? Right or wrong, your outlook is better. So this will impact you on so many things. And what's so fascinating about all of it is the impact on your microbiome. Look to that video on microbiome. You can see that when we eat certain foods, we produce certain bacteria. When we eat other foods, we produce different bacteria. And depending on the bacteria we produce, they give certain messages. And there is a super highway between your gut and your brain that impacts your mood and your outlook and your energy and your ability to burn calories. And that super highway is called the vagus nerve. So, depending on what you eat will depend on the messages you get and how you feel, both your mood, your outlook, and those will also, it'll be like a vicious cycle because those will impact the food choices that you continue to have, whether you're too tired to exercise or not, or you just feel, oh, I'm just so down. So make sure that you produce the good bacteria to help you to feel better, to have more energy, to do the things you need to do, and to really enjoy life because this is Broadway. No dress rehearsals here. This is it. So you really want to live your best life and have the foods that you can include to get you where you want to go. This is about treating yourself well, putting yourself at the top of your priority list, that you don't need to stuff it with food, you don't need to self-medicate with food, that you're better than that. I know you're better than that, and you deserve better than that. So it might require a little courage and honesty to look at these things that aren't where you want them to be and say, what can I change and what can I not? Sometimes things just are what they are, but know that you can, and know that you have the confidence and the trust in you to do that, so that you can now lift yourself up, get yourself unstuck, and go forward in a better way. That's the high. Nothing's going to taste better or feel better than that. So that's what I want for you. I want you to be able to reach your goals. I want you to live your best life. I want you to trust you. I want you to talk to yourself nicely and to treat yourself well. So not stuffing it, but give yourself the best in terms of fuel, which means that I want you to go high in fiber, whole grains, and include the right type of fat for its effect on cholesterol.
I have a question for you. So, mood. A lot of people think that food can stabilize your mood. If you're in a bad mood, you want chocolate, you want
Definitely.
carbs, you want ice cream because you think that's delicious, that's going to help. There's nothing chocolate can't cure, so to speak, or a cupcake or whatever. But
And
but is that a myth? Can good food put you in a better mood or
short term,
healthier food?
short term versus long term. So it's such a great question because you come home at the end of the day, you're hungry, you're tired, maybe you're stressed, or all of it, and there's a cupcake sitting on your counter. So you eat it because it's there. Maybe it's a white French baguette or piece of candy. In that minute, gosh darn it, don't you feel better? You make yourself an ice cream cone. You feel better because it raises a neurotransmitter in your brain called dopamine, and dopamine gives you a high. When somebody gets hooked on cocaine or heroin, they do so for the rise in dopamine, and food does the same thing. The issue is what you also don't realize is that wasn't the high you're looking for, because as soon as that goes, it's going to create a couple of problems for you. One, you will have shot your insulin up because insulin will respond to a high sugar load. And these foods are going to get absorbed very quickly. They're high in sugar, and they're going to cause your insulin levels to rise. What insulin will do in response to that is insulin will block your receptors for that dopamine, which means, like a drug addict, you're going to have to go up and up and up the ladder. So where one ice cream cone might have done it for you before, it won't be long before you're eating a half a gallon, adding some hot fudge or some sprinkles, or that cupcake and cookies, or adding a bowl of white rice, white pasta, a French baguette, because you're going to have to eat more to get the same rise in dopamine, that same fix, that same high. The other thing that's going to happen is you're going to produce bacteria that are going to cause you to gain weight and are going to ruin your mood. So that then you're going to say, forget it. I feel lousy. I need more. And you'll eat more. And it won't really be your fault. But the foods that you were going for, even though they temporarily gave you that high and made you feel good immediately, they're going to long term sabotage your goals and not get you anywhere near where you need to go. So that's why you don't want to feel, if you feel stressed, you should say, I feel stressed. You don't need to stuff that. If you feel joy, allow yourself to feel joy. And if you're sad, be sad. And if you're stressed or sad, ask yourself the hardest question: why? And what can I do about it? So you always want to ask the toughest question of all: am I really hungry? Or am I tired? Am I bored? Am I frustrated? Do I have to do something? I don't want to do it. I'd rather eat. It's a much more fun activity. Because if the answer to the question is not anything to do with hunger, then you need to look a little deeper, have the courage and the honesty to look so that you can get yourself unstuck and go forward in a better way by making sure that you have healthy foods, that you instead think of things that you can do if you're feeling this way. Maybe you go for a walk because it's a win-win. Exercise, the environment creates the behavior. I can be in my bedroom, I'm not hungry at all. My biggest problem for me is, tell me if you are having any of these problems, is I sit after dinner and I watch TV in my kitchen. It's been deadly for me because what's in the kitchen? The food. I can be in my bedroom, not hungry at all, come down to the kitchen, I start grazing. Now, I wasn't hungry 5 seconds before. I'm not hungry now. I got to switch rooms. Environment creates the behavior. If you go for a walk, aerobic exercise is the number one um, way for you to reduce stress. Because when we're stressed, we think from the back of the brain. It's called the amygdala. Very impulsive, rash, not well thought out, or well executed thoughts. So if you're mad at somebody, don't talk, wait, because you're going to be shooting from the amygdala. And once it goes out there, it's hard to take it back. When you go for a walk, you physically change the way your brain is processing thoughts. You go to the frontal lobe, which is called the cortex. And that's when much more well thought out, less rash, less impulsive thoughts will occur. I talked to somebody today, and we were having this exact discussion, and he said to me, you're right. I get so stressed from work. Every once in a while I'm being stressed from work, I go for a walk. I come back, I solve the problem. He cleared his brain. He cleared out the cobwebs, and he's shooting now from the frontal lobe, that cortex, which will give him much clearer, much better ideas and thoughts. So it makes a huge difference. Think about putting on some music. I don't know about you, but I hear Bruno Mars or It's Raining Men, and I'm in a whole other place. Meditate. Give yourself that time out. Call a friend. If you have a good friend, a friend who isn't going to yes you to death, but a friend who's going to give you real, honest feedback. I know sometimes I call my husband sometimes Mother Teresa because he'll give me something, not a yes, but he'll show me something from somebody else's point of view that I might not have thought of. So he shows me oftentimes how to reframe, and it makes all the difference in the world. Write down your thoughts. When you hold your thoughts in, they can take on a whole other dialogue. When you write them down, you say them out loud, you share them with a friend, it takes on a whole different platform, and they can sound totally different. Sometimes you can't believe it's you saying these things. So definitely get your thoughts out. Don't stuff them. And leave the food for nourishment and for joy and for pleasure, because that's exactly what food should be providing you. We are I'm hoping this is, if anybody is part of this tonight, I think already it's been a great broadcast, but let me know. These are important tools for you to have in your toolbox for long-term success. So I'm hoping if you are here, that you've been able to take advantage of that. But if you are here, let me know by giving me a thumbs up so I know you're here.
And it's so great too, because it doesn't matter how old you are, where you're at in your health journey. This is stuff that anyone can
Absolutely.
from.
Absolutely. And just because you've been doing something one way all the time doesn't mean that you can't change a habit. That it's not easy, but nothing worthwhile is easy. And if anybody tells you it's easy, they're not really being truthful with you. So I'm going to tell you it's not easy. It's just worth it because you're worth it. So that's why I always say that there are two things I think that people need to be successful at achieving their goals. One is they really have to like them, that this takes a lot of attention, energy, and effort, all directed towards them. And it might not be the way they're used to operating. We often give to family, to friends, to work, to everyone else, and we forget about us. I want you to put yourself at the top of your priority list. That's just where you should be and where you shall remain, and give yourself the time, attention that you need. In order to do that, you have to feel that you're worth it. So I want you all to identify to yourselves at least 2 reasons why that's so. Either it's because you're fun to be with, you're hardworking, you're loyal, you're dependable, whatever your reasons. And every morning when you wake up, I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to say to yourselves, I am awesome, because I'm telling you, there's no better way to start your day. So it isn't that you couldn't have 3 gallons of this or 4 bags of this. It's that you like you so much that you wouldn't treat yourself any other way but to give yourself the best. And the best, again, in terms of fuel, will be to eat the right type of fat for its effect on cholesterol, and to include foods high in fiber and whole grain. So this is never an issue of deprivation. Rather, it is always a matter of choice. This is because it's about you and what you want for you. You take the time to pre-plan your meals. This is critical. You need a roadmap, and also to pre-plan a time for exercise. The results are worth it, and you will feel better. This I guarantee.
And it can be overwhelming because you see all these different things and all these trends and all these food foods that you should be eating, foods you should be avoiding, and it can feel very overwhelming. But I think if you just start small with one manageable habit and start from there,
I love it.
sort of a snowball effect, because then you feel better and you feel empowered, and then you can sort of take on the next piece of the puzzle that you want to add to your healthy habit routine.
I totally love that, and I totally agree. Many of us have weight goals, cholesterol goals, blood sugar goals, and they're just too overwhelming to wrap our arms around. I want you to think of a short-term goal. And here's the key. I want it to be what we call a SMART goal. It's a goal that's specific. It's got to be measurable. It must be realistic, attainable, and timely. So if you haven't been exercising and you want that to be one of your goals, then it can't be, I'm going to exercise, because how do you know you did it? It's, I'm going to exercise 3 times a week for 35 minutes each time for the next 3 weeks. Very clear, very specific, and very measurable. If you have a food goal, it might be, I'm going to include 3 whole grain servings every day for the next 3 weeks, or whatever your time frame
Or
is.
even instead of buying peanut butter, I'm going to get PB2.
That would be a goal, right? So
A simple swap.
A simple swap will make a big difference. So whatever your goals are, you set it, but make it clear, specific, and measurable so you'll know you achieve it. It has to be realistic, because success begets success. If you say, I'm going to exercise 7 days a week for 3 hours each day, and then you don't achieve that goal, you'll feel very deflated and frustrated and disappointed in yourself. And then you'll say, forget it, I blew it. That's not what this is. Small steps get you there. That makes a huge difference. So whatever your goal is, I want you to set it nice and clear and specific and measurable. Should you achieve your goal, I want you to have a non-food item with which you can reward yourself, whether it's a massage or a manicure, a book you've been wanting to read, place you want to visit, but you can't get it unless you earn it. So set that goal, write it down, clear, specific, and measurable for whatever time frame you want, and then think of something that you can treat yourself with, that should you achieve your goals. And once you get there, set another one. That will keep you engaged and keep you on track. Now, I had a patient who lost 7 pounds, and when she lost the weight, she bought herself a ring. The ring signified so much more than the weight loss. It signified a time in her life when she was on top of her priority list, when she was eating well, so her energy was better, her mood was better, she was exercising regularly. This is what, nothing's going to taste better or feel better than that. This is about treating yourself nicely. Now, every once in a while, you may say, I see this food, it's not going to get me there, but I still want it. Go ahead and have it. Make sure you enjoy it. This is about talking to yourself nicely and treating yourself well. This is not about perfection. This is about consistency. And the number one rule is resiliency. Get yourself back up and get yourself back on track. If you made a decision to include something that you know is not consistent with your goals, you made the decision. So make sure you enjoy it. Don't beat yourself up. Enjoy it, because this is about life and about giving yourself pleasure. The stress will get you more than anything else. As long as this isn't something you're going to do all the time and it's the exception rather than the rule, and it's timely, you're going to get right back on track and you will be totally fine. If you think you can never have something, you're only going to want it more. And then once you do, you're going to say, I got to eat like crazy because once I stop, I'm not going to be able to have this for a long time. That's going to give you that on off button around dieting that never works. And every time you do things like that, this is about percentage of body fat that you have. So if you start a plan at 30% body fat, for example, I'm just totally making this up, and then you um, lose weight quickly, but then you say, I got to have it, bring it back to me, bring it back to me. And you go back up to 35%. Then you say, that was silly. I really have to get back on track. This time it's going to be a little harder to lose the weight. If you just started at 30% fat body fat, now you're at 35, the more body fat on you, that's storage. That means you don't need to eat as much. So just steady, nice and clear and steady. I want you to get on a scale because I want you to be the CEO of your own body. I want you to remove the emotions and use facts to guide you so that you can stay on track.
Do you want to get started?
We're going to start in 5 minutes because some people are waiting till 7 o'clock to join. And if you are here, let me know. We've been having the most interesting discussion. But if you are here, let me know. I'm going to officially start at 7.
And I think you made a really good point that you don't have to be perfect. I think people start their diet whenever and say, today's the day I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to exercise, and I'm going to be perfect. But perfect doesn't exist. And it's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. So sometimes that backfires or it's not really sustainable for the long term. You have to really, I mean, I know so many people say you have to make it a lifestyle, but you really have to make these simple swaps or these decisions that make you feel better long term, that you can see the results that lead to a healthier lifestyle, and just slowly start to do that and make more progress.
Absolutely. It's the key. And if you've ever seen somebody who looked like they were this thin person and they're having a hot fudge sundae or a French fries or things that you don't think you should be eating, chances are pretty good this is not something they're doing all the time. It's just that they're trusting themselves and they know they'll just work it off. They'll get back on track. They'll be no worse for wear.
Right,
But
you got to enjoy life.
You have to enjoy life. But the person who ate the sundae, who said, I blew it, forget it, I'm not good at this, I have no willpower, it's not my time. So then they go on to the chips and the cookies and the cake. They're never going to get there. This is about most of the time, not about perfection. Don't set too high a bar, set a realistic goal, and treat yourself nice. This isn't about beating yourself up. It's certainly not about perfection. That isn't what gets you there. This is about creating a lifestyle, removing the stress around dieting because diets don't work, and removing the on-off button because that also won't work. Most of the time, you'll include these foods because they make you feel better, because they give you more energy, because you deserve it. That's why.
Because your clothes fit better.
Your clothes fit better, and there's no greater high than that. So I like to use, there are 3 tools in the toolbox I can give you to stay on track. One is visualization, and the other is, and we could do that another time. Actually, we could do it now if you want. To do visualization, because we have 3 minutes before 7. So for those of you who are watching this 2 minutes before 7, this only takes a minute. I want you, because we live in such a stressful world, I want you to take the time to close your eyes for just a minute, to really let your eyelids rest heavy, let the muscles in your face relax, and take a nice deep breath in.
Oh, Charlene says hi.
Oh, Charlene, you are here.
Someone thought that we were starting at 7. And
we are starting at 7. I just wanted to prevent any debacles by just starting this early. We haven't officially started. If you know me, and you two do, that just give me a mic and a camera and I can talk about just anything. Who?
Boo Downs.
You're kidding. I'm so excited. I thought you couldn't make it. And I am so excited. That is, what can I say? This is why when I'm coming to the edge of thinking I shouldn't do this, you guys lift me up and support me and show me I can. So I can't even thank you enough.
And Boo says, we'll see about that AR.
Oh, you're just like, what can I tell you? I hope you guys know how much I appreciate each and every one of you and how much this means to us. Because I hope we're providing some good content. And we did go up to, thanks to some scouting at MathWorks today, We got to 498. We're very close to the halfway mark. So if any of you continue to know people to get them to subscribe, I know some of the efforts that some of you have done, and I can't even, what can I tell you? It's just beyond appreciated. So, yep.
Stuart said, okay, laughing out loud. Boo Down says, of course. And Charlene put like a little dancer emoji.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. My faves. What can I tell you? Unbelievable. It's 6:59, and so it is 7 o'clock. So here we go. Thank you all for joining me. And for those of you who I don't know are here, definitely give me the thumbs up. Let me know you're here. As always, write in your comments because they're so greatly appreciated and helps to enrich in a live stream. If any of you find that, oh my gosh, you can't believe it's June. How did it get to be June already? Let me know if that's you. It means summer, and summertime brings a lot of events for a lot of people, whether it's a wedding you have to go to, or you need to go to the beach and you want to feel confident in a bathing suit, or at least better in a bathing suit, or you want to fit into your summer clothes and you can't believe it's June and it's catching you with a few pounds too many and a little bit off guard, and you want to just get some weight off really quickly. That's what this live stream is about. Welcome. I'm going to show you how to shed those pounds quickly and jumpstart your weight loss program. For those of you who are new to my channel, let me say welcome. I'm thrilled to have you join me on the live stream. What makes me in a position to be able to do this? Let me introduce myself. My name is Debbie Kravitsky. I've been a registered dietitian for over 30 years. Currently, I'm the director of nutrition at Mass General Hospital Cardiovascular Disease Prevention Center. I consult with many corporations and I have a private practice. I've appeared in national publications such as Harper's Bazaar and Family Circle. I've also contributed to a book written by cardiologists at Mass General called Facing Heart Disease. And I've also appeared in television. It gives me my greatest pleasure and joy to help you to reach your dietary goals by providing current, accurate, evidence-based nutrition information. Together, we will shop, we will cook, and I will navigate the way. So let's get started. I am going to give you your roadmap. Many people say to me, if you could just make it simple, if you could give me a plan, I could follow the plan and I'm all set. So I'm going to give you that plan tonight. This isn't for long term. This is that short jump start when you just need to get into that outfit, or you have the beach and you just want to shed a little bit of that weight. You won't lose a lot of fat. You'll probably lose a lot of water at the beginning. If you continue along it, you will lose some more fat. And fat is really what you want to lose, because the more fat you have on you, the fewer calories you need, because that's storage. That's why exercise, aerobic exercise, plays a key role, because aerobic exercise will let you get rid of the fat. Strength training will build muscle. And to keep your metabolic engine, that rate at which you burn calories, a pound of muscle will burn 2 to 3 times more calories than a pound of fat. So if you don't want to eat like a pigeon, include both aerobic to get rid of the fat and strength training to rev your engine or your metabolic rate. So here we go. Here are my keys to rapid weight loss. Number 1, clean your house. Get rid of anything in your house that doesn't have to be there. This is not a test of willpower. Rather, what I want you to do is rearrange everything around you so that you set yourself up for success. Go shopping, my favorite. But make sure you have on hand just what you need. I don't want you to buy too much. You're going to eat it if it's there. I don't want you to buy too little. You won't have enough. So I go to the market very frequently. Tell me if you do. If you can't go frequently, buy some frozen foods that you can keep, like the frozen vegetable, that are not in a sauce, or even flash frozen fruit, totally fine, as long as they're not in the syrup. But have foods on hand that are going to keep you on track. So if there's a time where your focus gets distracted, or you're not quite committed as you would like to be, because stress is taking a toll, then if you only have healthy foods on hand, foods that will help you to get into a routine and a pattern, and it will help you to stay on track. So sometimes if I'm feeling hungry, or I just want something and I'm not sure what, I will stir fry some vegetables in my wok, or have those frozen vegetables, and they just do it. I also love to dip. Any of you try at Trader Joe's the aioli garlic mustard? it's beyond. You can dip a carrot in that or any vegetable in that, and you're good to go. So set yourself up for success by having the right foods on hand. The other tip I have is have that food easily accessible and ready. If you go to a supermarket, for example, and you buy a piece of watermelon or you buy a cantaloupe, it's not ready. You need to cut it into slices or cubes so that then when you need something, you open your fridge, it's there, it's ready, it's accessible. That's what I mean by ready. I don't know in your house. Let me know if it's in my if your house is just like mine. But if I buy something like a cantaloupe, or even if I buy strawberries that require to be dehulled and washed, if I don't do it, my family won't eat it. If it's not easily accessible, it's harder to get to. So do that for you. Here's your avoid list. We're going to start with the don'ts. And let me know if you have any questions or comments about anything I'm saying and if they're resonating with you, if this is the way it is in your house. Number 1, cut the sugar. Also cut the refined carbohydrates. I'm going to give you a list of many things. Take from this list what works for you and what doesn't. It might be all of these things work for you or only one. It doesn't matter. It's going to move you forward. The sugar is A, addictive, and B, increases inflammation, and that's going to weigh in on the scale. Refined carbohydrates like white bread, they're carbohydrates that have had their fiber removed. White bread, white rice, white pasta. It's not a white thing. Cauliflower's great. M&M's not so great. Candy, regular soda, ice cream, cookies. It would be juice smoothies, not a protein smoothie, which just has protein powder and yogurt or milk, but a smoothie with fruit and vegetables. These will hold fluid. And here's what's going to happen. For every gram of carbohydrate, you hold 4 grams of water, which means you have a piece of white baguette or you have white pasta, you get on the scale the next day and you freak. Oh my God, I gained 7 pounds. It wasn't real 7 pounds that you gained. You gained a lot of water, and that's weighing in on the scale. That's why new weight will come off quickly if you get back on track. But for this quick weight loss plan, let's avoid that because that's exactly what we want to do. We want to shed the water, not hold on to the water. Cut the refined carbohydrates. Just get rid of them. Don't have them. If they're at home, give them to your neighbor, give them away, throw them out. You're not the disposal. You have a disposal, but make sure you get rid of them because they're going to wreak havoc with you getting to your goals. I do want you to include fats because they will keep you feeling full longer. I just want you to be mindful of portions. A great way to cut fat in terms of peanut butter, if you like peanut butter, is PB2. For any of you who know PB2, it's one of my favorites. It's my go-to because I love peanut butter. It's a comfort food to me. My mother, being the cook that she was, just kidding, peanut butter and jelly was a staple in our house. But PB2 is amazing. Here it is. This company took, if 10 peanuts will take you how long to eat? A pot. That's 100 calories. So if a little bit of peanuts give you a lot of calories, a little bit of peanut butter will give you a lot of calories. This company PB2, let me know if you're using it. Charlene, I think you might be using it. Let me know. This company took those peanuts, they ground them down to a powder, they extracted 1/3 of the fat. When you open up the jar, look what you see. You see this, the powder, and you say, what the heck is that? That's the powder that they ground those peanuts down to. You take out what you want, you add a little water, it will reconstitute, and lo and behold, you'll have peanut butter. Only instead of 190 calories, you just cut it to 60. You cut 130 calories, and you're still having a healthy fat that will help to feel full longer. And peanut butter is one of those things that people think of as forbidden foods when you want to lose weight quickly. But you could have PB2 on a whole wheat cracker or Thomas's 110 whole wheat bagel thin, and you're good to go. So if you have a whole wheat bagel thin with 2 tablespoons of PB2 made up, then you're at 170 calories. That's amazing for a lunch. That's perfect. Think of if you're on a 12, 1500, or 1800 calorie plan at 180 calorie lunch. Or 170 calorie lunch, you are golden. And that will help you to get those pounds off quickly, and you'll feel full, you'll feel satisfied, and you'll feel comforted by your food. So that's what not to do. Here's what to do. Ready? Include unlimited vegetables, veggies, veggies, veggies. I'm going to show you this in specifics in just a minute. Have 3 fruit a day. You need this fiber. If you remember anything I teach you ever, it will be that fiber is your friend. And here's the reason. When we include fiber, and you need more than we thought before, it gives you the food to these bacteria in your gut that will give you the materials that they need so that you will lose weight. That's the key. So when you eat sugars or white pasta, white rice, you produce different bacteria with a different message. That will tell you gain weight. You include fiber, you include bacteria that send messages to different parts of your body. They all talk to each other, these organs, these bacteria, in a very intricate system of communication that's just beginning to be understood. And it will help you to lose weight. These bacteria impact the rate at which you burn calories.
Earlier, Charlene said, yes, I had it today with an apple.
Oh, you had the PB2 with an apple. See, it's such a great combination. I knew you were eating PB2 because you're a rock star. And PB2 with an apple gives you the fiber and the fat. Delicious. And if you ever had whole grain with PB2, that would give you even more protein to hold you even more. So it's a great choice. That brings me to my next number 3. Protein with each meal. Protein keeps you feeling full longer. That will help you to stay on track. Protein also, you have a demand for protein in a steady stream. You have a demand for protein at breakfast, at lunch, and at dinner. If you don't eat protein, the demand is there, the need will be met, and you'll go into negative balance, which means it can come out of your muscles and you'll slow down your metabolic rate. That's exactly what you don't want. You want to keep your engine running efficiently so that you can eat and lose weight. Next, starchy vegetables and whole grains. Include them, but limit them and watch the timing of them. There is a circadian rhythm to sleep. Times when you're in a deep sleep, times when you're in a light sleep. There's a circadian rhythm to metabolism, that rate at which we burn calories. So when it gets dark out, which is about 8 o'clock these days, how nice is that? In the winter, you can see why people gain weight, because it gets dark around 4:30. Your body, when it gets dark out, goes into sleep mode, which means your engine has slowed down. That rate at which you're burning calories is coming to a halt. So now, if you eat a lot at night, it'll be really hard for you to manage your weight. I want you to eat breakfast like a king or queen, lunch like a prince or princess, but dinner like a pauper. So to really speed up that weight loss, forget the starchy foods at night. Forget the whole grains at night. Have protein and non-starchy vegetables at night. That's all you need, and you're going to cut it off at about 8 o'clock. Exercise every day if you can. 5 to 10 minutes a day. If that's all you can get in, it's something. You've got to rev your engine. Sitting is the new smoking. When you sit, you lower your metabolic rate, you slow down. If I take you back to your high school biology class, tell me if you remember a term called mitochondria. These are the powerhouses of the cell. And when you sit for long periods of time, they slow down. So you need to get up and move. There are apps on watches today. We live in a wild world that will buzz you every 35 minutes if you've sat, and it'll say, get up and go. So if you're sitting, rev your engine by pumping your fist or going like this, or get up and walk around. You need to get that engine moving. If it's 5-10 minutes a day that you can do, great. If you love to watch TV, use the commercials. Maybe you run around your house. Maybe you're doing 4 sit-ups. Maybe you start to see at the beginning, when you first started this, at a commercial, you could do only 1 sit-up. Maybe by a few weeks later, you're doing 3 sit-ups, 4 sit-ups. You're going to start to see progress, but you're going to move. I love games. I make everything a game. How much can I do? What can I burn more in 30 minutes than I did when I first started? So make whatever you need to do to keep yourself engaged. I want you to move, because that will be key. All right, here we go. Let's make sure. Live stream. Remember, everything is live. So here we go. This is my board for you for success. If you're interested in this, you will have it on the live stream. If you want me to post this as in a document to put on the Facebook page, I certainly can if this is something that you would like. If this would help you so that then you could Xerox it, I'm happy to do that too. So let me know. But here's your unlimited green light for unlimited non-starchy vegetables. What do I mean by that? They're foods that have a lot of water and fiber. Why? Because the water will give you volume.
Yes.
You'd like this, Boo? Great. Then I'll put it on the Facebook page, and you'll be able to click it and print it, and then you'll have that. So these are vegetables that are unlimited. They're vegetables that have a lot of water and fiber, because water gives you volume, but no calories. Fiber fills you up. They're also self-limiting. I mean, how much broccoli can you eat before you go, oh, I've had enough? And that's exactly what you want them to do. So broccoli, tell me if you like any of these. Asparagus, string beans, cauliflower, zucchini. Look at all the water and the fiber. Summer squash, all the water and the fiber in celery, cucumber, spinach, kale, chard, lettuce, carrots, onions, tomatoes, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, bean sprouts, snow peas, sugar snap peas, unlimited as long as you're not in a sauce. So many times I will buy the bags of sugar snap peas because I love them, and they're already washed, they're already trimmed. I put them in a microwave and I'm good to go. Sometimes I'll stir fry, and I have to tell you a funny thing. When I stir fry, because I'm looking for a snack, and I might stir fry, I might cut up some asparagus with some snow peas, add a little garlic, crushed red pepper flakes, a little sprinkling of kosher salt, and I'll saute it so I can have something yummy with, for me, it's all about crunch. Let me know if that is for you. If I tell you my family comes running, what you cooking there? Sounds good. Smells delicious. I love that. So this is something that you can do unlimited. And whenever you're feeling a need, go ahead and fill that need with veggies, veggies, veggies. And the bacteria you will form will be helping you to lose weight and improve your mood and keep you happy. Next, fruit. It's great for you, but keep it to 3 a day. And also be mindful of the fruits that you're including for veggies. Yeah, great. See, it's so nice let me know when you love healthy food, it makes this a lot easier. Let me know if any of you just don't like vegetables, because I'll explain that to you as well. But fruit, the fruit that's calorie dense, meaning a little bit, gives you a lot of calories. These are the ones we're not looking to include. That's going to be bananas, pears, mango, and dried fruit. In contrast, watermelon, like its namesake, loaded with water. Any of the melons. So melons, berries, any of them. Peaches, plums. We're in season right now, so it makes it really easy. Oranges, grapes, pineapple, kiwi. Have these. This is where you want your fruit to come with. 3 fruit every day. Vary the colors of your fruit. Vary the colors of your vegetables. They'll give you different antioxidants. You really want to eat the rainbow. Make sure every time you sit down, you rate your plate. Look at that video on how to eat more for less. Half your plate should be these vegetables. Protein with each meal. I want your protein sources to be lean. So fish, chicken, turkey, egg whites, egg beaters, eggs, low-fat cheese, such as the Laughing Cow cheese, the Baby Bell Light. Make sure it says light. Regular and light look identical. The lean meat. If any of you are vegetarian and not including any animal sources, let me know, because I'll show you how to complement the protein, and things like PB2 would be a great way to do that. There are starches that you can have, but I want you to have them before dinner. I would stop around 3 o'clock. I wouldn't have much later than that. Whole grain and or high fiber. All your carbohydrates need to be high in fiber or whole grain. Whole grain to reduce your belly fat. We want to get flat washboard abs. Abs are made in the kitchen. And also to reduce the inflammation. So whole grain bread. How are you going to know it's a whole grain? By the word whole. So if it says on your loaf of bread, it's made from wheat flour, that's not it. It has to say whole wheat flour. If it says organic, no relevance. If it says stone ground, they took a stone, rolled it over the wheat kernel. Multigrain means parts of a kernel. So if it says 4 grain, it's parts of 4 kernels. 12 grain is parts of 12. It could frankly say a million grain. If it doesn't say whole grain, it simply isn't. Enriched, they stripped it. They added a few things back in, but they didn't give you that whole intact kernel, and that's what you need to be a whole grain. Now,
Doesn't it sound like you're getting all the grains, 4 grains? Is that great? We're getting 4 different kinds of grains.
And what's interesting about that is that consumers like this word multigrain. And oftentimes they will take a cracker, for example, or a bread, and they'll call it multigrain because it'll sell better, even though it's a whole grain and it's a whole grain you want. So even if something says on the package multigrain, consumer studies show consumers like this word multigrain, and people are in the business to be in business. So marketing versus science, marketing wins, and they'll call it multigrain. So even if something says multigrain, don't think that's not it. Look at the ingredient list for the word whole, and that word whole has to be first. Ingredients are listed in the order present. The item listed first is in the greatest amount, and then it goes in descending order. If whole isn't listed first, you're going to go through a mound of white flour, sugar to get to a dusting of whole grain. They can call it whole grain. Now, there are a couple of foods that don't need this word whole that are whole grain. Tell me if you like them. Oatmeal, brown rice, popcorn. Whole corn is a whole grain, but I would dry pop it in your microwave without any, or with the air popper, so that you don't need any extra fat. And then I'd use spray butter if you want the taste of having buttered popcorn. It would also be whole corn and quinoa, any of the ancient grains. These are whole grains, but if you're looking at a cracker or pasta and you want to know, is this really whole grain? That one of those words has to be first. Okay, I would use a lower calorie variety to get yourself to a jump start. Instead of a finagle bagel that's whole wheat, if you get a whole wheat finagle bagel, it's 400 calories. Instead, if I got Thomas's 110 calorie whole wheat bagel thin, it's a thin bagel, but it'll get me a bagel at 300 calories less. That's the way you want to do it. Go where you get more for less. If it's a rice cake, it's got to be a brown rice cake. So whole grains. Wild rice and brown rice, these are calorie dense, so just 1/3 to 2/3 of a cup tops. Weigh and measure all your foods. It doesn't matter how well educated we are. We're terrible at judging serving sizes. So you might think you're having just 1/3 of a cup, but you're actually having a cup, and you don't know why you're not getting to your goals. This is a little bit, tons of broccoli, tons of string beans, little bit of these. Potato, it's the width of your palm. So you can see why I didn't go to art school. It's the width of your palm. It's from here to here. Some potatoes are huge. Cut it or share it, but it's from here to here. And watch what you put on it. If you like the taste of sour cream on a white potato, then put Fayet Zero, add some garlic and chives. It's amazing. Spray butter, amazing, or nothing. Some people use salsa on a potato, or ketchup on a potato. It's all fine. Corn, small ear. We're in season now. It's a whole grain. And even I think it's actually sweet enough to have nothing. Let me know if you put anything on your corn. Peas, a half a cup is a serving. Winter squash, a cup is a serving. Half a cup for mashed potatoes, half a cup for lentils. 3 cups of popcorn is a serving. About half a cup for quinoa. But again, we're going to limit these to breakfast and lunch, not after 3 o'clock. We're going to cut them off. And then fat-free, no sugar added, dairy, milk, such as fat-free, sugar-free. Yogurt would be a great choice, like Dan and Light and Fit Greek 80 or Dan and Light and Fit Greek 0 or Oikos. It would be a plain yogurt. If you do get Chobani, it's loaded with added sugar. But if you get the Chobani fat-free plain, you could do that. Fayet Zero, not with the fruit side, just the plain. That would also be great. That Fayet is my gold standard because it gives you the most protein. Milk, no more than 1%. And you could have these at 1 to 2 during the day, and you'd be totally, totally fine. So veggies, protein with each meal. 2 of the meals you'll add starches, and then during the course of the day you'll add fruit.
Charlene says Lauren from our Friday group still can't comment on the live chat, but she wants to know what are good high protein snacks.
I love that. Did she email you, text you? Absolutely. Are you in touch with Lauren? And so good high protein snacks. It's a great, I love egg white omelet. So you could just saute some veggies, add some egg whites or egg beaters or even eggs. And I think it holds you. And then if you want any more protein with that, take the Baby Bell light cheese, turn it on its side, cut it into thinner rounds, and it will melt and you have an omelet. And that's a high protein snack that we added a little fiber with the veggies, which is yummy, yummy. Another high protein snack could be fish, fish, fish. I love fish. You could have the Laughing Cow cheese with a cracker, which would be delicious. The PB2 with a whole wheat cracker would be great. These are all low fat protein ideas to help keep you feeling full. But fish, 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 fish. Fish is great.
Fish for a snack.
Fish for a snack would be totally fine. You could have a little bit of tuna. You could have some grilled fish. I sometimes, if I've grilled some fish, I don't mind having it. Let me know if this works for you. I don't mind having it cold. To me, it tastes good.
She said, text me.
She's texting you. I love that you guys stay in touch. It's so good. So tell Lauren that if she hits the live chat button under the video of this live stream, it will bring up a place for her to be able to add a comment. And then she should be able to do it. So it's called, what was it called? It was called live chat.
Live chat.
Hit live chat. If she sees a button that says live chat under her video, under the video of this live stream, she should see the thumbs up tab, all the other, and one of them is live chat. And if she clicks it, it will give her the opportunity to place a comment. But aren't you a good friend to pass her thoughts forward? So thank you. Awesome. So I hope that helps you and gives you some ideas. But it's going to be veggies throughout the day, anytime. Another way that you can jumpstart your weight loss program is through something called intermittent fasting. Let me know if you've heard of it. Now, intermittent fasting, there are many ways to do it. One way is called the 8-16 rule. That is, you eat for 8 hours during the day. You don't for the remaining 24 hours in a day. So that you would eat, for example, from maybe 8 in the morning till 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you wouldn't do that. You'd start at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you'd start at 10 and you'd stop dinner at 6, or you'd start at 11 or 12 and you'd stop at 7 or 8, and then you wouldn't start till that time the next day. A little restrictive, but it can jumpstart if you have a short-term program that you just got to get into some clothes quickly. That would jumpstart your weight loss. You also can do it by just giving yourself 10 or 12 hours of no eating. So you cut off your eating at 7 or 8 night, and you wouldn't eat till 8 or 9 the next day. That would work as well. And it's also thought to improve your metabolic profile. If any of you are trying that, let me know. It does take some commitment, particularly on weekends. Someone told me they were doing this. They did drop 14 pounds, but the idea was on the weekend, during the week when they were working, they had much more structure. They were busy in the morning. It wasn't as much of an issue. But on the weekends, when you're around in the morning and you're not starting your eating until 12, that can do it. I don't recommend that as a constant. I recommend that as for short-term goal, because you do need to eat breakfast, because during the dawn hours of the morning, all of us, doesn't matter who you are, we secrete hormones that block the action of insulin, which means that you're going to have a high blood sugar and have a lot of insulin. That's going to lead to inflammation throughout the body. So the only way to cut these hormones is you need to eat. And that's why part of the reason why breakfast is such an important meal to have. So I hate you to wait too late to start breakfast. But if you want to do this as a quick jump start, that would work. All right, so veggies. 3 fruit. You'll decide when you want them. Have them anytime during the day. Protein. Have a source with each meal. You can snack on protein as well. Make sure you have it. It will definitely hold you.
Is a hard-boiled egg a good snack?
Hard-boiled egg would be great. You had no fat and you just got the protein.
And they sell them pre-done at Trader Joe's.
They're great. And also Eggland's Best in any regular market sell them already done. Totally great. Right. So easy, accessible. That's what you're looking for. Yep. If your stomach is rumbling and grumbling, it might at the beginning. If you're going from white pasta and a lot of ice cream and foods and what foods that have a lot of sugar or foods that don't have fiber, and you just want to just jumpstart today. At the beginning, your body's going to say, "Where's the rest of the stuff you used to give me? It's not coming. Where is it?" So your stomach is going to rumble and grumble. You are going to feel like eating the table for about a week or two, and then it will go away.
So Charlene has a question.
Good.
Is it better to eat egg white omelets daily instead of oatmeal?
It will egg whites will be much lower in calories. So oatmeal is a great fiber to include. And people who eat oatmeal, some studies, they weren't cause and effect, they were association studies, showed that people lost weight better. But egg whites would be the way to go to cut the calories. Egg whites with veggies would be amazing. And throw in a bagel thin. That, I think it's unbeatable. For calories, you can't beat that. Because oatmeal, you couldn't have just oatmeal, you need protein. So you would have to have that oatmeal. So say it's 200 calories for your oatmeal, or give or take. And then you add another 100 for your milk, you're already at 300. And then your fruit, you're going to get to 360. It's a calorie game at the end of the day. If I had some egg whites, I'm at 35. My vegetables are really nothing unless I have a full cup at 25, in which case I'm at about 50. And then if I add 150, 160 with my bagel thin, you see the difference? 160 versus 300 or 360. It's a calorie game. Egg whites, always. But great question. Sometimes you might not feel like the egg whites. On those days, have the omelet, have the oatmeal. But this is to jumpstart. This is how you would do it. Your whole grains or your fiber choices need to be also as low as in calories as the lower calorie version of them that you possibly can, because that's what you're looking to do. Keep that engine running efficiently through exercise. That makes all the difference in the world.
And no alcohol.
And no alcohol, because while fats are your most concentrated source of calories, alcohol is a close second. It's burned differently than anywhere else, but it most closely resembles a fat. Coming in where fats give you 9 calories per gram, alcohol gives you 7 calories per gram. The calories we drink, we don't recognize them because we didn't get the same satisfaction as if we chewed them. So calories we drink, they can go unaccounted for, and they can be significant. So don't drink your calories. That's my pet peeve. Also, alcohol lowers your blood sugar. It'll make you need to eat in order to keep those blood sugars back up, and your awareness enough alcohol, your awareness and your mindfulness goes out the window. So during this period of quick jump start for weight loss, quit the alcohol. Although fermented food will give you healthy bacteria in your gut. So if you do need to have a little bit, just account for it. And make sure you eat when you drink. Trying to think of other things that would help me, things that are helping you. I love popcorn, 3 cups dried pop. Just take a paper bag, put the dry kernels in, just enough to barely cover the bottom, a scant layer. If you do more than 1 layer, they burn. Fold that bag twice. In the microwave it goes. Don't walk away when it slows down. You want to take it out so it doesn't burn. Pour it into a bowl, spray butter it. You're good to go. I think food should have a lot of flavor, so that will help you to stay satisfied. At Sur La Table, a cooking store in many, many malls, like a Williams Sonoma, they have popcorn seasonings that are phenomenal. Cheddar is my favorite, but they have a Chicago mix and a kettle corn. You can get whichever you like.
Rosemary.
Rosemary, hi.
She's listening from Jamaica.
From Jamaica. I know you're on vacation. I hope you're having the best time. Hope the weather in Jamaica is nice. Here, it's been a rainy day. You're missing nothing. Go ahead. Hi, Rosemary. How are you? Did you have a question?
She did not, but she just wanted to say hi. And
Rosemary, that is beyond unbelievable that you joined us from Jamaica on your vacation. I hope you're having a great time. I hope Jamaica has delicious fresh fruit and vegetables, and that you stay safe. I've never been to Jamaica. I hope it's wonderful. So good. Have any of you guys been to Jamaica? Let me know. That sounds amazing. But as you're already in hot weather, then bathing suit, shorts, you want to feel good. So whatever's in front of you, think of this to get you where you're going to want to go.
And those popsicles are great snacks.
I love. So sometimes you just need things to help you get through it. Popsicle brand. It's a yellow box. It says popsicle with orange circles all around. So it's in light, like it's in light. Get their sugar-free popsicles. They're 15 calories each. This won't sabotage your goals. Even if you have this at night, it will help to curb your appetite and just get you through the night. It gets me through the night. So I personally love the tropicals. They are watermelon, tangerine, and pineapple. I also love the Simply Red, which is strawberry, watermelon and raspberry, or cherry. They're all red, and they're 15 calories each in any regular market. This won't be at Trader Joe's, and it won't be at Whole Foods. Now, sometimes you need sweet and crunch. For that, I love Irene's biscotti. Let me know if any of you have these. The trick is you can't take one out and leave this in front of you. If you leave it in front of you, you're going to eat it. You're going to eat the whole thing. Forget it. Take one or two out and put this away because you want to set yourself up for success. And we eat when foods are there. So these are Irene's biscotti. This is the raisin. They come cranberry, they come chocolate almond, and they come vanilla pistachio I bought by mistake. It was totally delicious. And there's also banana bread, which tastes exactly like banana bread if you like it. And these are 20 calories each. So you get sweet, you get crunch, there's no sugar. It's amazing. So these are found in the bakery section, not where the cookies are sold, but in the bakery section of Roach Brothers, Sudbury Farms, and most Whole Foods. If you're at the Whole Foods in Wellesley, I don't know why they stopped carrying this, but the Whole Foods on Washington Street, the Whole Foods in Boston, at Charles River Plaza, they sell it. So this is yummy.
So Rosemary says
Wegmans has them too.
Rosemary says those are her go-to cookies, and she brought them to Jamaica.
You brought them to Jamaica. How smart are you? You had a good dietitian. So that's exactly what you want to do. That is rock star move, just so you know, because you are crushing it. When you go away, take things with you so that you don't have to worry about it. Things that have helped you at home, bring them with you. This is not liquid. So that's awesome. And you got it right through the airport, no problem.
And Charlene says she still can't find the biscotti.
The biscotti. So if you can't find anything, go on Amazon and see if you can get it, because this is at Whole Foods and Amazon is through Whole Foods.
Yeah, Amazon owns Whole Foods.
And the other thing that's so unbelievable about Amazon and Whole Foods is that they have a delivery service that they promise in 2 hours they will deliver whatever you want. How great is that? So go on Amazon or look at Whole Foods delivery and see if you can get them to bring you those biscotti. Isn't that amazing? We live in such a good world. They'll bring it to you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, and let me know, Charlene, if you have a hard time, and if I happen to be seeing you at any point, you never know. I might bring you some. It'd be my pleasure. Any of you trying the mustard, the aioli garlic mustard? Let me know if you've had that. I think it's beyond. Anytime we have fish, my husband takes it out, but sometimes I just need something to dip and crunch. Aioli mustard does it. Salsa, great choice. Veggies are in the unlimited group. If you had hummus is made with chickpeas, tahini, sesame seed, oil. That's calorie dense. Follow the fat, follow the calories. So a third of a cup of hummus, while it's not about health, it's about weight loss right now, and it is about health, but it's about calories. A third of a cup of hummus is 133 calories. If I just had a veggie salsa, I go down to 10. It's a calorie game. We're trying to jumpstart weight loss. Salsa, not hummus.
Would you say the hummus gives you protein?
Incomplete protein. So go to the section that we just did, the live stream on how to lose weight and on vegetarian diets. It'll show you how to complement the protein. So to really meet your protein needs, you would have to combine that hummus with a whole grain cracker, or have some yogurt with it, or something else.
Charlene says the Medford Whole Foods stopped carrying them, and yes, I have an appointment in a couple weeks.
Oh, so I will take a look out for that and bring you some biscotti. But I know the feeling because the Wellesley Whole Foods also stopped carrying them, but Wegmans has them, and Whole Foods still, it is a vendor for Whole Foods. So go on Amazon Prime or look and see if you can get them. I got by the way, if any of you eating Laughing Cow cheese, that's the other thing that keeps me on track, and great for protein. So I use Laughing Cow cheese, and sometimes I can't always find all the flavors I like. I went on Amazon. I got their variety pack. Now I'm good to go. So I think just it's such a wonderful service, and I have found very few things that I have not been able to get on Amazon. If I can't find it in my market, I'm very quick to go look there. Let me know if you guys are doing this. But if you do this and you cut your intake at 8, I'm telling you, you will have the results you're looking for. You will feel better quickly, and it'll just get you to get going. Sometimes you just need that boost, and then you can get going. After you've started to see some results and your weight loss is moving, but it wasn't sustainable, that's okay. Then you can add the whole grain also at night, so that you don't have to go as quickly as fast, but you want something that you can live with. That's what you're really looking for long term. This is short term. Long term, you're going to add back in the whole grain at dinner if you'd like, if you're missing it. Just things to help you to stay satisfied, and you'll be fine. If you long term keep your metabolic dial, that rate at which you burn calories, running efficiently, then every once in a while, when you want that ice cream or that whatever, it won't sabotage your goals because you're running efficiently, as long as you get right back on track. Then you're going to be totally fine. Now you've created a lifestyle instead of a diet, and you feel great. That's what we're looking for. All right. Any questions or comments from anybody? Make sure you get enough vitamin D outside. That'll also make a difference. And make sure that you have an adequate B12. Look at the video on B12 for that. So I'm so beyond over the moon that all of you guys join me tonight, even after Tuesday. Beyond, beyond, beyond. Words cannot express.
Lauren figured it out. She said, "Love you, Deb."
Lauren, that's all I can say. What can I tell you? I'm so happy that you're here. It's this is why we stay. This is how such a great way for us to stay in touch, because you guys mean the world to me, and it's awesome. I am just.
She said, "Thanks for the protein tips."
Any time. Also, if there are things that you want me to cover in a live stream, your input has gotten me I've done the ones so far I've come from all of you. So let me know, and I'm happy to do it as always. But if not, I want to wish you guys a wonderful night. Thank you again. I hope this has been helpful. Let me know, and by writing it in, or let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if anybody who's on the live stream has not yet subscribed, please consider doing so.
Bell icon too.
And hit that bell icon for notifications, so that when I do put up a new live stream, that you will get notified that I have put up a new video. And if you can share this by telling everybody, YouTube has put a goal for people that I have to get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. Otherwise, they're gonna. I think that's what that Tuesday debacle was all about. So luckily, we were able to get in tonight. But I will see you in 2 weeks on a Tuesday.
Oh, final comment.
Oh, good. I love.
So Lauren says, Charlene said, "Yahoo, you finally did it."
Yay.
Lauren says,
thanks.
"Doing great, trying to keep on track." And Charlene said, "Love your guts, thank you." And your daughter, "Oh, thank you."
Well, we love your guts too. And that's why. You guys put a smile on my face and joy in my heart that I can't even tell you, that can't come from anybody. This is just unbelievable what you do for us. You make me soar. So for that, I can't even say enough. It's really truly priceless. So love your guts too. That just cracked me up so much I can't even tell you. And Lauren, amazing that you're here. Stuart, that you're here. And I'm gonna go think that maybe Helene is here too. So I'm going to love that. So let me know if this has been helpful. I'm so glad, Lauren, that you're staying on track. That's excellent. And if there's any more any other topics that you want me to cover, I'm happy to do so. So I don't know the date in 2 weeks. Do you know the date in 2 weeks?
No.
2 weeks on a Tuesday. So from this past Tuesday,
25th.
2 weeks, which will be June 25th. I will see you for the next live stream, and we will certainly post before that live stream so that you'll know and be ready for it.
Rosemary says, "Thank you, and say goodbye to my Friday MGH buddies."
I totally will. Nick, tomorrow is the last of the thing. We're going to play Jeopardy. So So I'm going to guess you would have had all those answers correct. But Rosemary, have the best time. I can't believe you joined me from Jamaica. That is awesome. Have the best time in Jamaica. Are you on the same time zone as we are? That I don't know. But have the best time. And maybe next time you need to take a dietitian with you. I'm packed. I'm ready. That'll be so much fun. It'll be beyond. Um, but I hope you have the great time. I'm so happy you're away on vacation. It's just well deserved, and it's great. You need balance in life, so go you. All right, everybody, have a great night. I will catch you in 2 weeks on Dishing with the Dietitian. Thank you all for joining me.